Okay, so when I saw that the U.S. government sends $26,000 million a year to foreign countries in the guise of aid, then discovered that, for example, they send $2.5 billion to Israel, who then uses the money to buy fighter jets from us, I thought, yeah, why don't we just have the government pay the aircraft companies to make $2.5 billion worth of fighter aircraft for us, or use that money for the American people. I once heard that about Mussolini in Italy in World War II, that the corporations were funding his administration, and that's the definition of fascism. But I'm not sure. I have to look up fascism to see exactly what is the definition of fascism. Because, as you know, huge rich corporations and rich billionaires financed a lot of the campaigns for this midterm election. I'm thinking that the American people have to go a lot further than the Tea Party. What they have to do is sweep out all of these career politicians, including the ones that won some elections, and put in all new people, honest people, who want to keep the money in America, not be given away to foreign countries, especially when millions of people have lost their homes, about to lose their homes, and 15 million or more are out of work. That's crazy to give the money away. So it's up to all you people out there to make a decision that you're going to send emails and letters to Congress and tell them, stop sending money out of the country, start helping the American people. Americans first. $26,000 million. If you had a whole lot of million-dollar bills, if you had $26,000 million-dollar bills and laid them out, that's what we're giving away to foreign countries. I'd say, hell with that. Don't do it no more. We're not Santa Claus. We're going to play Santa Claus. Let's play Santa Claus with our own people. Give the money to Americans. People who've lost their homes. People whose unemployment is about to run out. Use that money to give people a $30,000 credit card who could start a small business, and let the SBA, Small Business Association, run that program. Because it's the small businesses that make most of the jobs in America. And if you look around, you see all these small businesses are out of business. So, it's like our Congress over the last 6 years have really put the screws to us. They're trying to turn us into a third world nation, and I don't think the people are going to allow that. Look what's happening all over Europe. In many countries in Europe, people are running amok in the streets because their governments want to raise their retirement age a couple of years more than what it was. And they're not going to put up with it. And we didn't get our COLAs, the people on Social Security like me, didn't get any cost of living allowance for 2 years now. Of course, it's almost 2 years. In January, it'll be 2 years if they don't give us our COLAs. And so, I would say that if they don't give us a COLA this time, we got to make some signs and get out in front of all your local post offices with the signs saying, Obama, give senior citizens our COLA. And then let the news people come along and take photographs and videos of that, thousands and thousands and thousands, because there's, 58 million Americans on Social Security. You don't have to go to Washington, D.C. Just go to your local post office, bring a little chair and a big sign. Big sign that says, Obama, give us our COLAs back. He owes us two if they don't give us one in January. So, come January, you know what to do if you don't get your COLA. And all you people working for less than $9 an hour, you would be out there with signs saying you demand $12 an hour. Stand out in front of where you work with a sign. We demand $12 an hour. And the seniors can also put up a sign saying retirement age should be 60 because we're done at 60. When you hit 60, your work's wiped out. Unless you're a congressman and you're sitting in an office making $2,000 a day and telling other people what to do. You're a congressman, you got to start working for the people, not for you. So the people want to knock your salary down from $2,000 a day to $200 a day. I don't know, man. It seems like we need some really big action in this country. And I'm not talking violence, and I'm not talking anything like Madame Defarge in France or anything like that. I'm talking about the people going out in the street with signs and saying, hey, we had enough of you dictator son of a bitches telling us how to run our lives. We want to retire at 60. We want $1,200 a month Social Security. We want Medicare, and included with that will be dental. And we want our 5% increase every year. Not 2.5%. That's peanuts. 5% every year. So you saw what the Tea Party could do. What they could do is they could blow out a lot of people in Congress, but they put in Republicans. Republicans are the party of special interest. And even John Boehner, I think his name is going to be the majority leader of the House, says that he doubts if he can get anything done with all these hard-headed Democrats. So it'll be another 2 years of nothing getting done. So it's time we sweep them all out. In 2012, sweep them all out. Vote for independents. Vote for people you never heard of before. Even if they don't have any TV commercials. Because these people who are being funded by the corporations are going to dance like puppets to the tune of the corporations who pay for their campaign financing. We can't let that happen to this country. And this Obama health care has got to go in front of the Supreme Court. And I'm really sure that it will be judged unconstitutional because you cannot dictate to American people where and how to spend their money. And if they don't do it, they can go to jail. The same thing the Muslims say when they conquer a nation. Either become a Muslim or pay the fine or we cut off your head. Well, America's saying either buy the health care or pay the fine, or we put you in jail. You know? I'd rather you cut off my head. So, our American values are being screwed by people who don't know the history of this country and don't know how mad the American people can get. American people can get really ugly. So I suggest this new Congress, and especially the old Democrats are still left, you better start dancing to another tune. Because Americans are going to recall you. We will recall you if you do not cooperate and do the right thing. Just like Schwarzenegger, he became governor because they recalled the former governor. Because he was spending money like crazy. And all those Enron deals and things like that. So they recalled him. They had another election and they put in Schwarzenegger. That's one example of how to get rid of a politician. If he's not doing what's right, recall the sucker. So you congressmen, you better start dancing to the tune of the American people and not the corporations. Because the American people, you know, we can say, hey, look, if you're dancing to the tune of corporations, well, guess what? We who work for the corporations, we're not going to go to work for about 3 months. We're going to sign up for Social Security disability or something. And then what are the corporations going to do? Without us people, there is no corporation. Without us people, there's no economy. It's the people that have the power. You, the people, have the power. And I never thought I'd be saying this, but I can see now. Look, I have an IQ of 160. Same as Einstein. But sometimes I'm lazy and I don't think, you know. But suddenly I become awoken. I woke up and I said, damn, look what you're doing to us. They're trying to turn us into puppets, into serfs, into slaves. You mean to tell me if they can send $26 billion in foreign aid, they can't give 2.5% to the senior citizen raise? They can't raise the federal minimum wage to $12 an hour. They can't raise Social Security to $1,200 a month. Well, they sit there with $2,000 a day. Cabinet members get $200,000 a year. And this guy, chairman of the Fed, we're paying him $200,000 a year to tweak and fool around with our economy. The way to fool around with the economy is to give the money to the people who sent you the money. And in my opinion, the money should be sent to the governors, not to the federal government. And each governor should take what his state needs and send the rest to the federal government. And then they can do their philanderizing with it, or whatever you call it. So forgive me for being a little, I don't know, sour or whatever you might want to call it. But when you open your eyes and you see what's being done to you, you get mad. You get mad as hell. And so you American people out there, start sending this video to your friends. You know, tell everybody, hey, there's a guy out there who's the founder of the American People's Party who wants to set this country right. And I'll tell you, there are some states that won't even allow a write-in candidate on the ballot for U.S. president. Those states are un-American. And if you're in a state like that, you should be working to change that law so that anybody who wants to run for any office can run as a write-in candidate. The way it's set up now, you have to pay $10,000 to run for congressman or run for a senator. That's keeping the good old boy system so their cronies can get in and continue, paying them off. No, forget all that. From now on, we want to put in all write-in candidates. And so each state, people in each state, start thinking American People's Party, start having meetings. You think the Tea Party was big? Wait till you see what this does. All you people out there in the different states, start your state meetings. Then have city meetings. Elect your people, writing and who you want to write in for what office. And let's wipe all these professional damn politicians out.